What's going on? What's going on, everybody? My name is Ant, and over the last few months, I've been diving into AI, automation, and systems, and I realized that people are focusing too much on the AI and automation and not enough on the actual problems that they are facing in their business, right? So today, I want to walk you through a simple audit demonstration and show you how I think about finding hidden revenue leaks before recommending AI. So it's not a software demo or me trying to sell you anything. It's just my thought process and thinking process when trying to identify bottlenecks, opportunities, and areas where a business may be losing time, money, or customers. So let's jump straight into this and let's meet the business that we're talking about here. So here is Precision HVAC Solutions, and as you can see here, they look like a pretty healthy company. They got technicians, one dispatcher. They get 50 leads a week. They get their leads from phone calls, form submissions, and referrals. So on the outside, somebody might say, "Hey, this looks like a great company, up and coming. How can we implement AI or automation to them?" But my thought process is not that. I'm thinking, how can I understand this business better and understand how it operates under the hood first? Because if we don't understand the workflow, then we're just guessing. So let's understand and look at the workflow real quick. At first glance, this workflow looks normal, right? Lead comes in, calls answered, appointment scheduled, the tech goes out, tech completes the job, invoice is sent, a follow up is done, and then you rinse and repeat, right? Nothing looks broken. And that's exactly why audits matter because most bottlenecks don't sit out there waving their hands saying, "Hey, bottleneck here. I'm here to ruin your freaking workflow." No, they are sitting in hitting crevices and spaces within these steps. And that's where your money is leaking. Within each step, there's a bottleneck somewhere. So let's figure out where is the leaks and how can we think about them better. So most businesses don't lose money because of one catastrophic failure. Revenue leaks occur when small inefficiencies compound over time. So let's look at the four revenue leaks that hurt a business. Missed calls. Missed calls. What happens when a lead contacts your business? Nothing because you didn't answer the phone and the lead is gone, right? And then if you don't answer the phone and you have a delayed response, let's just say you take a day to answer, your competitor will get to them first. That's what happens when nobody answers. And then if someone does answer and you have to manually schedule the job, that's time wasted every day. So how does communication break down between these steps, right? And then lastly, not having a follow-up system. You're losing reviews and referrals. And this is the issue that you have after every job you complete. You have no way of ensuring a type of model of recurring revenue, right? So, like I say, you don't lose things over one small thing. You lose it over 100 things over a year, and that's becomes a serious problem. So, let's look into the leads a little bit more. The lead response, right? Businesses that respond quickly tend to connect with significantly more leads than businesses that wait hours or days. And this is crucial. This is the first place that you have to investigate. Because if revenue enters through leads, then lead handling matters top tier. And here are the questions. Or no, here's the story, right? If somebody is looking for an HVAC company right now, it's June, it's hot, it's the summer, right? You're in Georgia, you're in Florida, no matter where you are. If my AC just died, I'm not trying to wait 3 days for you to call me back, right? I'm going to Joe over there, or I'm going to Tommy over there, right? So these are the questions that I'm trying to think about. How quickly do leads get contacted? What happens after your after hours? What happens if nobody answers? How many leads are contacted the next day? Like I said, it's the summer, it's hot, people's ACs are going out, right? So if you're not being quick with the leads being contacted, if you don't have an after hours team, somebody answering your phones all day, and obviously, if nobody answers and you don't have a follow up system, and then if you don't contact or the certain amount of leads every day, then you are not having any pipeline to keep your business flowing at a positive rate. So, before recommending any technology, we need to understand what demand is being captured efficiently. Um, And that way, once we understand that, then we can get to the bottlenecks, which is this, right? Where does all your work get stuck? Bottlenecks reveal themselves here. Repetitive work isn't automatically a problem. The question is whether the activity creates unnecessary friction that prevents the business from growing efficiently. So imagine you are this lady right here, right? You got so many things on your plate at your business, and then you got a family life, and then you got all this stuff. So imagine these five things are just your business. What can create a delay in your business? What is frustrating your employees every day that they're telling you this makes me mad? What are you manually repeating in your business that should not be manually repeated? And what requires constant follow-ups in your business? Right. So, if you're a business owner, yes, you know you're busy, just like this woman here. She's busy. And sometimes a person isn't overwhelmed because they're growing. No, because she probably planned for all these things, a career, a great house, and all these things, right? But you're overwhelmed because she doesn't have a proper system. So her system and process is broken. And that's the bottleneck, right? So now we have to figure out how can we fix the information that we're getting? How can we make it flow way better, right? So the most important question, how does information move in your business? How? Many businesses think they have a automation problem when they actually have a information flow problem. Because if information is the lifeline of operations, and it is. So if it is, which it is, then we need to ask ourselves these questions. Where is information being stored? What systems are not communicating? What is getting entered twice? What is being forgotten? Right? So if you have stuff in multiple spreadsheets, if you have it in your inboxes, your text messages, in your head, that's not helping the whole team. You need a centralized system, right? A CRM to properly keep all the information intact and everybody knows what's going on at all times. Um, so that's what I find out in a business like this. These types of businesses typically have these types of issues, right? So let's keep going forward and the findings. These three issues create the most friction and have the biggest impact on revenue and operations. Your lead response speed, right? Manual scheduling and no central customer system. So, notice something important. None of these findings are AI. These are just business findings. Technology always comes later after you figure out the workflow. So, let's keep going. What are some opportunities that this business would have, this HVAC company would have? And here they are. So now we understand the problems. Now we can discuss opportunities. Missed call recoveries. This is the and what's the outcome of a missed call recovery? You capture more leads. You get more people potentially that come customers. The second opportunity is an appointment reminder system. The outcome of that is you reduce no shows, you reduce cancellations in your business. The third one is a customer visibility or a CRM. The outcome is improved visibility in a centralized place where everybody in your business knows what's going on. So if you figure out the order of this, it's the problem first, solution second. Too many people start with tools, but we need to start with the bottlenecks. Okay, so this is your roadmap. Let's figure out more of your roadmap and prioritization. This is how I think about prioritization. The goal isn't to automate everything. The goal is to improve the highest impact areas first. Okay. So phase one focuses on leads because that's where revenue enters the business. Phase two focuses on scheduling because that's where operational efficiency improves. Phase three focuses on customer follow up because that's where referrals and retention happen. Okay. And then phase four focuses on reporting and visibility because business owners need data to make better decisions. So, not everything needs to happen today or at the same time, but the goal is identifying the highest leverage improvements first. And once we have those, then we can move forward with implementation. Um, and this is just for that HVAC company. This is what I would want them to understand. And this is what a lot of companies that are in service deal with. So, what have we learned so far? Um, the shift is separating technology and business improvements, right? So, never ask, what tool should I buy? And you should always ask, where is my business losing time, money, or opportunities? Because once you know where the leak is, the solution becomes much easier to identify. The audit mindset is simple: understand the business, map the workflow, identify bottlenecks, prioritize opportunities, and then we recommend your solutions. That's the process. And I'm glad that you made it here to your next step. If you're curious where bottlenecks might exist inside your business, that's exactly what the discovery call is designed to uncover. Um, so if you're still watching this and you're curious where your bottlenecks might exist, we'll talk about all of that in the discovery calls that you book, right? We will identify your bottlenecks. We will discuss your opportunities. We will check out your workflows, and we'll figure out whether automation, AI, systems, and any other process improvements are actually going to make sense for your company. Because at the end of the day, technology is supposed to support the business. It's not supposed to be the business or distract you from anything. So I just want to just say I appreciate you for watching. Thank you guys for everything. This is Ant. I'll see you in the next one.